Stick like
Sadly. But it sounds good.
that. Can I, since it was the beginning, do you have a mute button? This one.
We had some equipment. There's some missing equipment that we've been looking for. Some of our mics and also our headsets.
I've told you, when I first job at the radio station, I got to the out-of-town football game, and the phone company had a phone signal. I did the whole game on the phone. And I jogged back in the studio, and I said, tell me again. Okay, commercials ending in 3 seconds. Because I couldn't hear I was so it's just hilarious. Okay, this is how we're going to do the game.
Yeah, that's kind of how this feels, right? I mean, different situation, but without any kind of communicate. But if you ask us well, no, I guess you can. It's live. If there are any problems, we'll come up. If there's any issues. But yeah, we looked everywhere for the intercoms. We checked like the industrial building, which after graduation, we kind of just probably. I'm sure it'll show up. But it's not this time.
I couldn't, if I wasn't going on a video shoot, something like that, we always do video checks at the end to make sure that
I hear you're the guy who does all the great things.
you know what they say, you have to
Yeah, especially around this campus. Don't believe anything you hear. Would you be willing to keep this transmitter?
I will.
Yep.
Who's up?
Just-
Principal Jonathan Carlin speaking, and it's been a wonderful morning. We're about to kick off our first Goalball game. And before we get going, I would invite you all to stand.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another sports presentation from the Media Productions team and the Department of Communications for the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind.
Now, period 3/3 in 5 minutes.
Featuring Goalball on a homecoming weekend at CSDB. This is Bill Beagle to bring you the action of these exciting games today. New Mexico is the visiting school, the Golden Bears. Jackson Wesson performing the Star-Spangled Banner, the national anthem, prior to the first Goalball game of this homecoming weekend here at CSDB. This game precluded by a rousing pep rally, and there'll be a dance over the weekend as well. The New Mexico School for the Blind and Visually Impaired, the Golden Bears as they're called, and they have yellow uniforms on the sleeves and the sides, white along the trunk with blue numerals and blue shorts. CSDB, the Mighty Bulldogs, will be in their customary red and black. Let's tell you a little bit about Goalball. This is the only non-adaptive sport in the International Paralympic Games. It was created back in 1946 following World War II, so that soldiers who had lost their vision in combat could have a sport to play. You can picture a basketball court with goals at either end, and the goals run from side to side, so they're about 22 feet wide. There'll be 3 players sitting on the floor, and they all wear goggles, those who aren't completely visually impaired, just to ensure that it's a level playing field, so to speak. And the official who referees the game will ensure that those goggles do provide complete blockage of vision. And there's a ball used here, Goalball. Picture a ball a little bigger than a volleyball but smaller than a basketball. It's made of hard rubber, has bells inside, so that the players can hear the ball coming and try to block it from going in their goal. And because of that, because they need to use their sense of hearing, the audience in the gymnasium is admonished prior to the game to not make any noise, no cheering at all. So you might ask, how am I talking? Well, your announcer is up in a room overlooking the gym. It's a great view, and it's soundproof, so no one can hear me talking. But the only cheering you might hear would be during a timeout or at the beginning and end of these games. CSDB has their players in position across the floor. We have Emerson and Taylor, the team captain, and Raquel to start the beginning of the game. At the other end of the floor, the Golden Bears have sent out Nevaeh and Jessica and Jason. The players, one on the left, one on the right, and one in the middle. And there are markings on the floor. Tape is placed on the floor so the players can position themselves and know where they are. Looks like the referee has the ball, and he's asking people to turn their cell phones off. Any noise in the gym could distract and make it very hard to pick up the location of the ball. New Mexico will start with Jason throwing the first ball, and it stopped right there by Taylor. It went right to the middle of the CSDB defense. Taylor fires the ball back, rolls it just like a bowling ball. It bounces into Jessica, who makes the save at the other end. She fires it right back along the far sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. The whistle by the referee. And it will be Raquel to serve it back to New Mexico. Rolling between two players. Sliding save by Jason. He throws it back, and Raquel stops it. It's rolling toward the goal, and they make a second save on it before it went across the goal line. Good save there. Raquel sends it back. It's going to roll out of bounds off the right sideline. We're almost a minute into the first game between CSDB's A team and New Mexico. Raquel on the save for CSDB, and she rolls the ball back, bouncing across the center line right to the middle of the New Mexico defense. An easy stop by Jason there. He rolls it with a lot of speed back, and Taylor with a good stop. She's in the middle of this CSDB configuration. A save at the other end after Taylor's serve that way. They play two 12-minute halves in Goalball. As I said, we're a minute and a half in right now. Save by Raquel. Whistle until the ball is given back to Raquel. She stands. Some players roll the ball. Some throw it with a hardy bounce. Again, it's a hard rubber. This is going to go out of bounds to the right. Clock stops at 10:26. It'll resume on the serve. And serving from the other end, that's Jessica for New Mexico. Raquel stops it with her legs, knocks it out of bounds. Goalball can be a very low-scoring game. There is a mercy rule if one team gets up by 10 points or more. Here's the serve by Raquel going back right into the midsection of Jason, and he throws it right back the other way, and it's going to go out of bounds just before the CSDB goal. Pretty good throw by Jason there, but just wide of the net. And serving back is Emerson for CSDB. Rolling it right toward the middle of the New Mexico group. Arm save by Jason. Gets his bearings and throws it back. He's going for that right corner again, and it goes in for a goal. New Mexico scores first. Boy, he knew right where he wanted to place that ball. Emerson had her legs out sideways. Players will do that lie horizontally across the floor to stop a ball, but he just found the corner there, and Taylor's serve the other way goes out of bounds just before it gets to the goal at the other end. 1-0 New Mexico with 9:39 to play in the first half. Taylor with an easy save on this end. She'll serve it back. Oh, it's got a chance, and there's a goal for CSDB. She found an opening, and we're tied at 1-1. Taylor, the team captain for Team A of CSDB, and Jason to serve back for New Mexico. It's going to go out of bounds. He throws a very fast ball, but it went out of bounds before it got to the CSDB goal. He keeps shooting for that left side of the CSDB goal. Here's Emerson serve back. Easy stop for Jason. And he's going again for that corner, but just wide. The one goal he scored for New Mexico found just the right opening in that corner. Emerson to serve back now. Bouncing and rolling ball. Jason lays out, stops it before it gets to his teammate Nevaeh behind him. There's Jason's throw again. Good leg save by Emerson there. Taylor will serve it back right away, right toward the middle, and it gets past Jason and into the goal. He stopped it, and then it went past Jessica on the other end. And CSDB takes a 2-1 lead. The Mighty Bulldogs in their red jerseys with black sleeves and black pants, black numbers, and Bulldogs in black across the front of the jersey. Good serve back by Taylor. Late stop by Jason, knocks it out of bounds. Finds his bearings again on the tape on the floor. There are 6 hash marks, as they're called, tapes. We'll explain where they are in a moment. Here's a save by Taylor. Easy save right in the middle of the CSDB defense. 8:20 to play in the first half. 2-1 CSDB. Shot back the other way, just wide. Had a chance to go in because Taylor was able to get it past Nevaeh on the other end. And Nevaeh will serve it back for the Golden Bears. Well, this is a tough one, but good stop there by Taylor. She rolls it back the other way. Again, an opening. She got it in. Big gap there between Jason and Jessica on the right side of that New Mexico defense, and it's now 3-1 Bulldogs. 8 minutes to play in the first half. Good stop by Raquel on this end. And she will serve it back. CSDB players wearing bows in their hair today. Ball goes just out of bounds before it gets to Jessica on the other end. And she will serve it back for the Golden Bears. And it goes out of bounds before it gets to the half-court line. There are other people positioned on every corner to retrieve balls as they go out of bounds. Just one official. You can hear the whistle from the official. Serve back by Raquel. Goes right into the center of the New Mexico defense, and Jason picks it up to serve it back. Real hard throw this time. Good stop by Taylor. That ball was bouncing with a lot of speed as Jason changed up his strategy there. Instead of shooting for the corner, he went right for the middle. And we have a timeout right now. And you can hear the applause. As we said, no cheering is allowed while the action is taking place. And it's 7:24 to play in the first half here at the home gymnasium of the Mighty Bulldogs. The hash marks, as we described before, are tape lined up. There is one right in front, just above the free throw line on a basketball court, right in front of the CSDB defense. And there's tape on either sideline and one at the goal line. So a total of 6 hash marks. There's one in front of each player so they can get their spot on the floor. And one on each sideline and one at the goal line. Tape across the floor. It'll be CSDB's serve, and it's Taylor to serve. She spins and throws it the other direction. Good stop on the other end by Jason. He gets up and throws it right at Taylor. Good stop by Taylor. Pinched it right between her knees and stopped that from being a goal because I said Jason throws a very fast ball and he saves it at the other end and turns around and sends it this way. It's going to be out of bounds. He went for that corner again on the left side of the CSDB defense where Emerson is, and Emerson will serve back for CSDB. Here's her throw, bouncing down to the other end, and laying out is Jason. Gathers the ball up with his right-handed throw back. It's going to go out of bounds again, going for that corner where he had success before, where he scored New Mexico's only goal. 3-1 CSDB with 6:40 to play in the first half. Emerson to serve, going for the right side of that New Mexico defense, and Jason, the man in the middle, saves it. His throw back the other way just misses that corner again. Didn't miss by much. Maybe 10 to 12 inches outside and out of bounds. Emerson to serve back. Slings it the other way. It's going to go out of bounds just before the New Mexico goal. On the international level, it's not unusual to see games of 1-0 or 2-1. Very low scoring game. We're at 3-1 here right now as Taylor makes a save off a New Mexico throw and sends it back the other way. Good throw, but Jason got his knees on it at the last second. Gets up and will throw back. Hard throw right at Emerson. She stops it. It bounces across in front of the goal, but Raquel gathers it in, and she sends it back the other way. Slow roller, sneaky. Again, there are bells inside the ball, and Jason locates it and gathers it up before Jessica, backing him up, had to deal with it. Jason's throw back the other way goes out of bounds. Again, shooting for that left corner of the CSDB defense. Emerson to serve back. Stands up and throws it right toward the middle. Jason's going to stop it with his knees, gather it up. Players don't waste much time serving a ball back once they've saved it. This one goes out of bounds before it gets even close to the CSDB net. And because it went out on Emerson's side, Emerson will serve back. Good bouncing throw going the other way. Knee save by Jason. Gets up right away and throws it back before CSDB can get their defense too settled. But a good foot save by Taylor laying out. And her serve back the other way goes out of bounds to the left of the New Mexico goal. 5 minutes even to play in the first half of this 12-minute half. Here's the serve back from New Mexico. Easy stop in the middle by Taylor. Serves back the other way. Good foot save by Jason. He has backups on either side, but he usually gets to the ball before they need to stop it. And a leg save on this end by Taylor. And throwing it back right away. It's got a chance, but good save by Jason there at the last second. There was a big opening there between Jason and Nevaeh on the left side of that New Mexico defense. Nevaeh will serve back for the Golden Bears, heading toward the middle of the CSDB defense. And it gets between Raquel and Taylor. They both had their hands outstretched, but New Mexico has pulled to within a goal at 3-2. Good placement by the Golden Bears that time as it got right between Raquel and Taylor, and Raquel will serve for the Golden Bears. For the Bulldogs. Her shot at the last second, Jessica was able to reach out and stop it. Their serve back this way is stopped right in the middle by Taylor. Taylor backs up to the goal post or crossbar and fires it in. The goals are netting, and they're metal on top and the sides. And backing up to the crossbar gives the server a sense of where they are. Nevaeh serving back for the Golden Bears. It's going to go out of bounds to the right of the CSDB defense with 3:47 to play in the first half. 3-2, Bulldogs. Raquel to serve right toward the middle of the New Mexico defense. Stopped by Jason. Feels the crossbar and back. Throws a hard one back. Good shoulder high save by Taylor. Her throw back. She got it turned around very quickly, but Jason was able to react and save it. His serve back stopped by Taylor with an arm save. Raquel gathers it in, and she'll serve it back. Standing up. Right-handed toss down the right sideline, going to go out of bounds just past the half-court line. And Jessica to serve back for the Golden Bears. Good save by Raquel on the Bulldog end. And Raquel to serve back. Bounces one down the right side. Jason's going to come way over. But he left a little room between him and Jessica, and it's a goal for the Bulldogs. As you can hear the crowd react. 4-2 now. CSDB has opened up a 2-goal lead again with 3:01 to play in the first half. Nevaeh sends it back for Golden Bears. Easy stop for Taylor. Her throw is right toward the middle. Easy save on the other end. She had a lot of speed on it, but Jason was able to stop it. He throws it right back hard. Bounces up in the air off of Taylor's knees, but she grabs it and sends it back the other way. Had a good shot, but Nevaeh made a leg save on the other end. Jason with a serve back. Leg save by Taylor. Taylor backs up to the crossbar of the goal and throws it toward the left side of the New Mexico defense. Saved by Jason. Jason serves it back to Sage. There's an opening there, but good leg save by Taylor. Kept it from bouncing over. Sometimes these balls are so hard that a player can save it with their hands or their legs, and it bounces up and over, as did that one right there. Taylor had enough speed on that serve to open up a 3-goal lead for CSDB. Jason got his legs on it, but it bounced up and over and into the goal. 5-2 Bulldogs. 2 minutes to play now in the first half. Taylor with a save on Jason's serve at the Bulldog end. Raquel will send it back for the red-clad CSDB Mighty Bulldogs. Bouncing right toward the middle of the Golden Bears defense. Jason with a save. Jason served back. There's an opening there, and it gets in for a goal. Good placement that time as Taylor laid out and hit her arms, but it bounced past, and Raquel couldn't stop it either. So it's 5-3 now. Bulldogs up by 2. Just under a minute and a half to play in this first half. And Raquel's serve stopped at the other end by Jason. His right-handed roll back toward Emerson. Bounces across Emerson's legs and into the goal. As we mentioned, if you have enough speed on that hard rubber ball, it can often carry them into the net, even if you get enough leg or arms on it. And the Golden Bears of New Mexico have now pulled to within 1 of CSDB. Bulldogs up 5-4, a minute 13 to play in the half, and a substitution for the Bulldogs as Easton Huffman comes in to replace Emerson. On the left side of the Bulldog defense, Taylor still in the middle, and Raquel over on the right side. 5-4, CSDB still on top. Pretty high-scoring game here in the first half. Raquel to serve, and it's going to go out of bounds before the half-court line. And the ball given to Jessica on the other end for New Mexico to serve. New Mexico brought 5 players this weekend. Taylor with an easy stop there. Taylor to serve back, under a minute to go in the first half. Hard throw the other way. Good stop by Jason. Clenched it between his 2 ankles as it was a hard throw by Taylor. Another one by Jason, knocked out of bounds by Taylor's feet. That ball had a lot of promise for New Mexico. And Easton serves back, saved at the other end by Jason. His serve back, stopped by Taylor's legs, bounces in the air but harmlessly in front of her. And Taylor's serve back the other way, right at Jason. Hits him right in his midsection, and he makes the stop. Coming to the end of the first half here. Here's a hard throw by Jason, and it goes in to tie the game just before halftime. Got between Taylor and Easton, and we have a 5-5 game. They haven't changed the scoreboard yet. There may be a substitution at the other end of the floor. Ten seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Oh, there was a penalty called for some reason on that throw, so no goal. And CSDB gets to serve back the other way on a penalty shot. The clock does not run during that. And Taylor's shot went in with only 2 players to defend. Nevaeh had to go off the floor. I'm not sure what that violation was, although serving it, Jason may have stepped over the line at the other end. Taylor with a save here. The Bulldogs back up by 2. As we come to the end of the first half, Taylor gets one more serve away, and it hits Jason right in the face for the stop. But at halftime, the CSDB Mighty Bulldogs lead the Golden Bears from New Mexico 6-4. Back with the second half of action in a moment. After a brief halftime, we're back for the second half of action between CSDB and the New Mexico School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. CSDB with a 2-goal lead at 6-4, scoring right before halftime to get back to that 2-goal lead. They led by as many as 3 in the first half. Should a game end in a tie, there is an overtime period of 3 minutes, and whoever scores what is called the golden goal wins the game. CSDB sends out the same 3 players as the first half. On the left wing, we have Easton and Taylor in the middle and Raquel on the right side. And the Golden Bears have the same 3 at the other end. On the left, it's Nevaeh, Jason in the middle, and Jessica on the right side. A fresh 12 minutes on the scoreboard as they reset the score at 6-4. And the referee still holding the ball because New Mexico served to start the game. Taylor will start the second half for the Bulldogs. And there's Taylor's serve to the other end. Midsection stop by Jason laying out to stop that hard throw. And his hard serve back the other way. Great save by Raquel. Taylor got it first, but then Raquel backed her up and kept it from going in the goal. A very hard shot. Raquel's serve back will go out of bounds before the half-court line. And the ball given to Jessica to serve back for the Golden Bears. And Jessica's serve goes out of bounds before it reaches midcourt. Back to Raquel on the right side of the CSDB alignment. Raquel's serve right toward the middle of New Mexico's defense. Good stop there by Jason. And his shot is going to go out of bounds just before it got to the goal. He likes to shoot for the corners. In this half, he starts out by going for the right corner of the Bulldog defense. He picked on the left side in the first half. Raquel's serve is rolling slowly down the court and stopped easily by Jason on the other end. Hard throw back by Jason. Stopped by Taylor. Taylor gets up, backs into the crossbar, and takes 3 steps and lets it fly the other way. Good leg save by Jason on the other end. Anytime the ball goes out of bounds, the clock does stop until it is put in play again. 10:51 to play in this half. And Nevaeh's serve is going to be stopped by Taylor. Arm save. Gathers it in. And Taylor's right-handed roll the other way. A lot of speed on it. Stopped easily by the elbows of Jason. He hurls it back. Bounces off Taylor and out of bounds. Good save. So far, the Bulldogs have been pretty good about not letting the ball bounce over them. It may bounce in front of them, but when you can keep the ball in front of you, obviously it keeps it from going in the goal. Raquel serving back toward New Mexico. Leg save by Jason. Jason's throw the other way is going to go into the knees of Raquel. It might have gone out of bounds, but Raquel with a good stop. And Raquel gives the ball over to Taylor for the serve. Going for the right side, it bounces into the legs of Jessica. Oh, and almost leaked past Jessica into the New Mexico goal, but she was able to stop it and bring it back the other way. Arm save by Raquel. And here's Raquel's serve back toward the New Mexico side. Going down the right side. Jason in the middle lays out and stops it with an arm save. Hurls it back right into Taylor. Taylor on the save and the serve. Going toward the right side again. It bounces over the legs and into the goal. Got it to the right side away from Jason, which is a great defender. And it hit Jessica's legs and bounced over and into the goal. A 3-goal lead again for the Bulldogs. Jessica's serve, leg save by Raquel. Gathers the ball in quickly, rolls it back the other way. 7-4, CSDB up. Jason with a save on the other end. Jason with a spinning hurl right at Taylor, who makes the stop and sends it back the other way, going for the right side again, and kicked out of bounds by Jessica on that side of the Golden Bear defense. Jessica will serve it back with 9 minutes to play in this half. Jessica's serve saved by Raquel before it gets to the right side of the Bulldog net. Raquel serve right toward Jason, going to save it with his feet and knocks it into Nevaeh, who will get up and serve back toward the Bulldogs. Coming toward the center where Taylor gathers it in. Taylor's right-handed serve going for that right side again. Bounces over the feet and into the goal. And the Bulldogs have now doubled New Mexico's score, 8-4. Taylor seems to have hit upon a strategy of going toward that right side, staying away from the middle where Jason has a lot of length to stretch out and make a lot of saves. So Taylor's been picking on the right side of that New Mexico defense effectively. And they're going to replace Jessica with Aaliyah at the 8:27-minute mark of the second half. Bulldogs 8 and the Golden Bears 4 at this point. Aaliyah familiarizing herself with the goal. Running her hand across the crossbar, going to her position on the right side of that New Mexico defense. The official asking for quiet from the audience. Served back by Aaliyah right to the middle of the Bulldog defense where Taylor makes the stop. And Taylor with a four-step approach going right to the middle this time, and it's going to go in. Jason laid out, but in the wrong direction and went past his feet right into the middle of the New Mexico goal. And it's now 9-4 Bulldogs with 8:05 to play in the second half. Aaliyah's serve, a slow roller, coming toward the left side. Taylor stops it before it gets to Easton, and Taylor rolls it back the other way. Good strong serve. Last second kick out by Jason knocks the ball out of bounds harmlessly. And Nevaeh will serve for New Mexico. Slow roller right to the middle of the CSDB defense. Taylor makes the stop. Taylor's spinning serve will go out of bounds just past the midcourt line. A little spin and then through it. But the angle was off just enough to go out of bounds. 9-4, CSDB on top by 5 goals. Taylor with a stop on a slow roller. And Taylor's serve the other way. Another spin going for the left corner. This time it's going to go out of bounds just before. May have nicked the goalpost on the left side of that New Mexico net. Just missed scoring a goal. And as a result, Nevaeh will serve back with 7:20. The clock starts again. Going along the left sideline, and foot save by Easton, and somehow it leaked in for a goal. Looked like he had a good save on that ball, but it's 9-5 now. New Mexico scoring again. And Easton will serve back, but before then, the Bulldogs are going to make a substitution, apparently. Coming into the game is Jackson Wesson, who led off the game with a fine rendition of the national anthem. Good voice on Jackson. And Jackson will be taking up position on the right side as Raquel gets a rest. Raquel with a good 17 minutes of play. And Jackson now moving to that right side. 4-goal lead for the Bulldogs. They were up by 5. Their biggest lead of the game. And another substitution as Easton vacates the left position. And this will be Emerson coming back into the game. She started at that position at the beginning of the game. Emerson finding her position and will get the ball to serve for the Bulldogs. Right-handed roll, tied to the left side between two players, but laying out to stop it is Jazon. Jazon served back toward the Bulldogs, going for that left corner, but out of bounds just before it gets to the net. That's a tough throw, trying to pick that corner. Emerson has to lay out to put her feet near the sideline to stop it. Emerson serves back, and Jazon will stop it with a midsection save. Jazon serving back. Good strong throw, has a chance, but good leg save there by Taylor. 6:30 to play in the second half. Jazon saves Taylor's serve at the other end, throws it right back, bounces off of Taylor, but harmlessly out of bounds to the right. And Jackson will get the ball to serve. He stands, and his right-handed throw, here it comes, bouncing down the floor. Jazon reaching out with his hands, stops it, and throws it back for the Golden Bears. Bounces off Jackson and into the goal. Got past Taylor just to her right, and on the right side defensive position, bounced off of Jackson's arms and into the goal. And right now the officials making sure that Jackson's goggles are sufficiently in position. 9-6. The Golden Bears pulled it within 3. Emerson will serve for the Bulldogs. Most players use a two-handed serve, as did Emerson. Saved at the other end by Jazon because the ball is somewhat heavy. It's a very hard rubber. Bounces off Taylor, but Jackson's able to stop it before it gets into the CSDB goal. And just under 6 minutes to play. Jackson with his serve back the other way, bouncing down the floor. Jazon's going to lay out, stop it with his elbows. Have a whistle from the official. Not exactly sure what the issue is. But CSDB is being penalized for something. And 2 players, Taylor and Jackson, had to leave. This should be an easy goal for New Mexico because Emerson is left alone right in the middle of the floor to defend. Here's Jazon's hard throw, and the Bulldogs get a break as it went out of bounds. Jazon really unhappy at the other end because he knows he had a good chance there. And he missed a good opportunity, a golden opportunity for the Golden Bears as it went out of bounds before it got even close to the CSDB net. So the Bulldogs retain their 3-goal lead at 9-6, and Emerson to serve. And the official has called timeout here. Another penalty on the Bulldogs. Unclear what the call was, but someone was touching their goggles, I'm told. That is not allowed while the game is in progress. So Jazon with another chance at an empty net pretty much, and he's going to score this time. He sent it right for the middle, and Emerson had no chance to stop that ball. Emerson was out there all by themselves, and it's now 9-7. New Mexico pulled in to within 2. And CSDB will get the serve. It's going to Emerson. You're not allowed to touch your goggles unless you ask permission from the official to do that. Very strict rules. Emerson's toss to the right side is going to be stopped on the other end by Aaliyah. And Aaliyah to serve back for the Golden Bears. A whistle, the official calling time. And the coaches come out to talk to the two teams. The Bulldogs being coached today by Jessica Rollins and Shayna Lovato. 5:29 to go in the second half. 2 12-minute halves in Goalball. As we said, if a game were to end in a tie, there is a 3-minute overtime. And the first goal scored is the winner. We talked about how quickly players turn around and serve after making a stop. You have 10 seconds to return a throw after you make a save. And the positions are actually called center and left wing and right wing. So you have 2 wings and a center position. Play about to resume.
Quiet, please. Play.
And it will be Aaliyah to serve for New Mexico. Very slow roller. This should be an easy save. Taylor touches and it bounces over to Jackson. Taylor shovels it out of bounds to the right side. And so the serve goes back to New Mexico. And it will be Aaliyah serving for the Golden Bears. CSDB leading by 2. Slow roller to the left side. Gets past Taylor, but stopped by Emerson's feet. Emerson gathers it up. Emerson's serve flung back with 2 hands toward the left side of the New Mexico defense. Whistle and a stoppage in play by the official. And another infraction against CSDB. These penalties are allowing New Mexico a chance to get back in the game. Emerson again, the only defender out there in the center position. And the ball goes to Jason, the most dangerous server on the other team. This is going to be an easy goal. Pretty much an empty net with only 1 defender out there. A lot of net showing. That makes it 9-8. New Mexico has clawed their way back into the game, having been down by 5 at 9-4. They've run off 4 straight points to none for CSDB. 9-8 with 4:48 to play in the game. And a substitution for the Bulldogs as Raquel returns and Emerson sits down. Each team has dressed 5 players for this game. Taylor will serve back for the Bulldogs. Hard throw right to the middle and good stop by Jason. I thought it had a chance, but he got it with his feet and it didn't bounce over his feet. Hard throw back, good serve, good save by Jackson as Jason went for that right corner of the Bulldog defense. Jackson served back, hand save by Jason, gets up right away, fires it right back. Taylor with a good save there in the middle. Oop. Taylor was going back to the crossbar and ran into Raquel. Taylor's throw back the other way now bounces off the hands of Jason, but out of bounds before it could find the net, just past the corner of the New Mexico net. Aaliyah to serve for the Bulldogs. There's the serve by Aaliyah. Taylor moving to her left, makes it an easy stop. Gets up to serve. Another whistle by the official. So once again, the penalty costs the Bulldogs 2 players. Raquel and Taylor having to
Period 4 nothing. Adult secondary lunch begins in 5 minutes.
Raquel and Taylor have to exit the court, leaving Jackson all by himself out there, and Jay's on to serve for New Mexico. Right toward the middle, it's going to be an easy goal again to tie the game. 3 penalty goals for the Golden Bears of New Mexico have tied the game. And now Jackson returns to his spot on the right wing. Taylor in the center, and Raquel on the left wing. 9-9 with 3:54 to play in the game. A 5-0 run by New Mexico in goals. Raquel to serve for the Bulldogs. Ball bouncing toward the left side of the Golden Bears defense, stopped by Nevea. Gives the ball back to Jason to serve. Another strong serve from him. Gathered in by Taylor. Taylor sends it back the other way. Bounces into the feet of Jason and out of bounds, stopping the clock at 3:29. And Aaliyah to serve for New Mexico. But Aaliyah passes off to Jason. His right-handed throw goes out of bounds just past the midcourt line. His aim was way off that time. We remain tied at 9. Raquel to serve for CSDB. Homecoming weekend here for the Bulldogs. And Raquel's shot has a chance, but just hits the left goal post on the far end. Had a good shot to go in, but it just hit the left goal post and bounced out of bounds harmlessly. 3:17 to play in the second half. And again, if we're tied at the end of regulation, there will be a 3-minute overtime. Jason to serve for New Mexico. Good shot. Good save also with the knees by Taylor. Taylor served back the other way. Bounces right into the midsection of Jason. Hurls it right back. Bounces off Taylor's feet, but a good save by Raquel. Almost got into the net, but Raquel able to gather it in. Again, going for that left corner down there, but this time Nevea lays out to stop it. Gives it off to Jason, who passes back the other way. Bounces off of Taylor and out of bounds to the right. 2:36 to play in regulation. Jackson will serve for the Bulldogs. Good strong serve from Jackson. Going toward the right side. Off the hands of Jason and into the net. He was in position, but Aaliyah on his left could not stop it, and the Bulldogs have retaken the lead at 10-9 with 2:27 to play. Good shot by Jackson there. Jason to serve for New Mexico. Good save by Taylor. Good strong save. No bounce, no rebound. Taylor serve going toward the left side off the hands of Jason, but Nevea backed him up and stopped it. Passes off to Jason, who serves back. Stopped by Taylor. Taylor's serve going toward the left. Bounces off of Jason and out of bounds. Stopping the clock at 1:59. 10-9, CSDB on top. Let's see if they can hold on to this lead after leading by as many as 5. That last goal by Jackson stopped a 5-0 run by New Mexico. Jason's serve stopped with the legs by Taylor. Taylor to serve. Bouncing ball to the right side off of Jason's hands, off of Aaliyah's legs and out of bounds. Clock stopped at 1:40, still running at 1:38. Jason's spinning serve, got a chance, and it goes into the net. Bounced off of Raquel and into the net, and we're tied again at 10 with 1:31 to play in regulation. We may get an overtime game here. Jackson gets the serve for CSDB, and the clock starts again. Under a minute and a half. Jackson's shot to the left side is going to go out of bounds before it gets to the New Mexico net. Ball given to Nevaeh. Nevaeh is going to pass off to Jason. He's the very strong server. 1:15 to play in regulation. Jason's serve stopped by the hands of Taylor, and Jackson backs her up and gathers it in. Jackson to serve back in the other direction. Bouncing ball. And that's going to be stopped by Nevaeh on the far end and out of bounds. We're under a minute to play now. Clock stops as the ball went out of bounds. Nevaeh gives the ball to Jason to serve. He's their ace server. Spinning serve, bouncing ball, stopped by Taylor. Taylor gathers it in. 45 seconds to play. Here's Taylor's serve. Right to the middle. Should be an easy save for Jason. It is. He gets up, throws it back towards CSDB. Stopped by Taylor. 30 seconds to play in regulation. Taylor needs to find an opening here. Here's Taylor's serve. Bouncing the other direction into the knees of Jason. Jason to serve back for New Mexico. Good throw. Stopped by Raquel. Good save by Raquel. Raquel will serve back with 10 seconds to play in regulation. Bouncing ball toward the left side. Has a chance. It's going to get past and into the net with 5 seconds to go. Raquel's placement was perfect. She found an opening at the other end just past Nevaeh. And now the Bulldogs need to defend for the next 5.5 seconds. They lead 11-10. Nevaeh is going to throw it back. This is a slow roller. Should be an easy save for Taylor, and it is. That's the ball game. What a game. What a finish. CSDB's Mighty Bulldogs prevail 11-10 over New Mexico. This is Bill Beagle. Thanks for joining us.
Would you be interested in doing audio describing separate from live stream? It's $40 a month. I would love to have another person.
Now you guys can spread out as much as you want. It's lunchtime for our kids. No, I know. You have to go ask the lunchtime period. Pretty sure we have concessions out there, so you know, check to see. After the game, just a second. Get out.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another sports presentation from the Media Productions team and Department of Communications for the Colorado School for the Deaf and the Blind, featuring Goalball between the CSDB Mighty Bulldogs and the Golden Bears from the New Mexico School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. This is Bill Beagle to bring you the action of this exciting game. We'll fill you in on Goalball and the rules as we go along. It is the only non-adaptive sport that is played in the International Paralympic Games. That means it wasn't adapted from a sport such as basketball. It was created specifically for the visually impaired after World War II back in 1946, so that soldiers who had lost their eyesight in combat would have a sport to play. On the international level, it can be very low scoring, sometimes a 1-0 or 2-1 game. Today we have the CSDB B team against New Mexico. There are 2 wings and a center position, 3 players at either end of the court for each team. The ball is a little smaller than a basketball, a little bigger than a volleyball, made of hard rubber with bells inside, so the players can locate the ball as it rolls down the floor. Players kneel or sit on the floor and often lay out horizontally in order to make a save to stop the ball from going in a goal. One official who is holding the ball right now and admonishing the crowd not to cheer during play because any noise could make it difficult and maybe even impossible to locate the ball. So serving for the Bulldogs, and it goes out of bounds off the feet of a defender at the other end of the fort. That's Aaliyah, and that was Zane serving for CSDB. Zane is in the center. On the right wing is Marcelo, and on the left wing is Kelton. And the serve from New Mexico is going to go out of bounds to the right. Clock stops when the ball goes out of bounds, and clock starts again on the official's whistle as Marcelo gets up to serve for the Bulldogs, going for the left side of the New Mexico defense and out of bounds just before the goal. The ball goes to Jason, who's on the left wing, and he scores for the New Mexico Golden Bears. 1-0 New Mexico. Jason is the right wing for the Golden Bears. Aaliyah is on the left wing, and in the middle is Jessica. Kelton to serve for the Bulldogs, going for the right side of the New Mexico defense. Stopped over there by Aaliyah with a leg save. Aaliyah will serve back for New Mexico. A bouncing ball heading toward the right side of the Bulldog defense, gathered in there by Zane in the center position. Zane will serve back, but out of bounds to the right. We're a minute into the first half. 2 12-minute halves make up Goalball, and an overtime if a game ends in a tie. Here's Jessica serving back for New Mexico. Zane on the serve. And he gets up to serve. Zane firing it back in the other direction. It's got a chance, but Jessica moves to her left just in time to stop it, and Jessica serves back. Ball has an opening, but a good leg save there by Zane. Trying to gather the ball in. Official stops the clock to gather up the loose ball. And he sends it back to Jessica for the Golden Bears to serve. Jessica's throw right toward the middle. Easy save for Zane. Zane gets to his feet. Right-handed roll back out of bounds at the half-court mark. 10:17 to play in the first half. And a timeout called by CSDB coach Jessica Rollins. They have a little conference right near the center line of the CSDB end of the court. Goalball played in this instance on a basketball court. The net at either end is 18 meters wide. So it's a lot to shoot for. But again, with players laying out on the floor, with 3 of them, games can be very low scoring. And there are hash marks on the floor, so the players can find their positioning. There are 3 in front for the wings in the center to find their place. Hash marks made of tape on either sideline and 1 at the goal line. 6 hash marks altogether. Here's the serve from Aaliyah of New Mexico, right at Zane. Easy stop for Zane. Gets to his feet. Right-handed roll is going to be out of bounds before it gets to the New Mexico net on the left side. And Jay's on to serve for New Mexico. Good hard serve, but knocked out of bounds by Kelton with a good save. And Kelton will serve back for the Bulldogs. Kelton, a right-hander, throws with both hands, hurls it down the floor. It's going to be stopped there by Jessica, who passes off to Jason for the serve. Jason's a good, hard server. His shot bounces off the legs of Kelton, but harmlessly out of bounds. A ball thrown with some speed can often bounce off of a defender's hands or legs and into the goal. So you want to try to keep the ball in front of you when you do stop it. Kelton's throw back the other way. Laying out is Jessica for the stop. And Jessica will serve back for the Golden Bears. Zane scoots to his right, stops it, gets up to serve back, and actually passes off to Marcelo on the right wing. Marcelo's roll down the other end. Good speed, good velocity, but right at Jessica for the stop. Jessica serve back the other direction. Leg save by Zane. Zane gets to his feet. Good right-handed roll toward the left side of that Golden Bear defense, and it goes in. Again, as we said, it bounced off of Jessica and then past Aaliyah into the net. We're tied at 1 goal apiece at the 8:47 mark. Good throw by Zane there. And Aaliyah serves back for the Golden Bears. Easy save for Zane. Zane will get to his feet, and again a right-handed roll right toward the middle of that defense, off the hands and out of into the goal. It got past Jessica. She had hands and legs on it, but it bounced past her and into the goal. CSDB's Mighty Bulldogs lead 2-1 at the 8:29 mark of the first half. Aaliyah to serve for New Mexico. Slow roller. Should go out of bounds, and it does before he gets to the CSDB goal. She was going for the left side, left corner of that CSDB goal, and Kelton will serve for the Bulldogs. Good two-handed toss, strong the other way. Jessica makes the stop, passes off to Jason for the serve. He's a right-handed server, rolls it down the sideline and just out of bounds. Kelton knocked it out, and Kelton will get the ball to serve for CSDB, leading 2-1 here in the first half. There's Kelton's throw going for the right corner of that New Mexico defense, knocked out of bounds by Aaliyah. Aaliyah gets the ball to serve back. Heading right for the middle of the CSDB defense. Zane lays out and gathers the ball in. Zane's strong serve back the other way between 2 defenders and into the goal. Found an opening between Jessica and Aaliyah. It's 3-1 CSDB. And the CSDB bench celebrates. Good toss from Aaliyah coming toward the CSDB goal, but an easy save for Zane. Zane to serve back the other way. Good right-handed roll right toward Aaliyah and knocked out of bounds by Jessica in front of Aaliyah. The center position moving over in front of her left wing to help out. No harm done by the toss, and Zane will make An easy save on the return from Aaliyah. Just under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Zane's throw the other way, bounces over the legs and into the goal. 3-1 CSDB. Good strong throw. And Jessica, unable to keep it from going into the net, bounced off her legs and over her into the goal. Her serve back is going to be out of bounds just past the mid-court line. It's actually 4-1 CSDB with a 3-goal lead. Fairly high-scoring game so far, as we're not quite at the halfway point of the half. Here's a score and a goal by Marcelo. His serve was perfectly placed right down the middle of the New Mexico defense and past Jessica, and a 5-1 4-goal lead for CSDB. Here on homecoming weekend for the Mighty Bulldogs, there was a pep rally in the morning. There'll be a dance over the weekend. Big weekend for the Golden Bears, who travel all the way from New Mexico, and for the Mighty Bulldogs here on their home floor. 6:38 to play, and we're going to get a substitution at the other end of the floor as Navia comes in to replace Aaliyah on the left wing of that Golden Bears defense. Any game in goalball that ends in a tie after both halves does have an overtime period, a 3-minute overtime period, and the first goal scored is the winner. It's called the golden goal, as Navia takes up her position on the left wing of the New Mexico defense. Zane had a question for the official, adjusting his headgear. All players in goalball wear goggles to ensure that they cannot see anything at all, and these rules are strictly enforced. You're not allowed to touch your goggles without asking for permission from the official, which is what Zane just did. Jason's serve from the other end goes out of bounds on the left side of the Bulldog defense. Kelton to serve back. Jason has moved to the center position for New Mexico, and Kelton's serve is going to go out of bounds just past the mid-court line on the right side. Jason, the strongest server on the New Mexico team, has moved back to the center position. Also a good defender. Zane will make the save from his center position for the Bulldogs, and he sends it back to the left side of that Golden Bears defense. A good save there by Navia, and Navia rolls it back toward the Bulldogs. There's an opening there, and it's going to score. Zane moved to his right, and the ball moved to his left, and either Kelton or Marcelo could get to it. And it's now 5-2, the Bulldogs by 3. Kelton to serve for the Bulldogs. Bouncing ball going toward the left side of the New Mexico side. Stopped by Jason. Jason will serve back with a strong right-handed throw. It's got a goal. Another opening between the left wing, Kelton, and Zane, the center position. Makes it 5-3, Bulldogs by 2. And a timeout called by Coach Rollins of CSDB. And she'll substitute Stevie for Kelton on the left wing. Although I think Coach may reposition a couple of players. Zane is moving from center to the left wing position. Stevie will take up the right wing position, and moving from right wing to center is Marcelo. There's the serve by the Bulldogs, and it's going to roll into the net. It bounced off Jessica. That was Zane making the serve from his left wing position. Bounced off Jessica and Jason into the net for a Bulldog goal, and the serve from Jason on the return, saved there by Marcelo. 6-3, the Bulldogs up by 3 again. There's a good shot by Marcelo, but gathered in by Jason. He sends it right back toward the Bulldogs goal. Good leg save by Marcelo from his center position. And Marcelo to serve back. Sends it toward the left side. It's got a chance. Bounces off the hands of Jason, but backing him up is Jessica for the save, and Jessica's roll back this way, saved by Marcelo easily. 5 minutes to play in the first half. 6-3 CSDB. Here's Marcelo's serve, good one. Leg save by Jason from his center position, and Jason to return. It's got a chance. Bounces off Marcelo, but he keeps it in front of him, not going over him and into the net. And Marcelo will serve back toward the right center side, off of Jason's hands, but saved by Navia there. And Navia's roll back. Laying out with his legs is Marcelo, stops it with his legs. He'll serve back. And stopped easily by Jason on the other end. Jason gets up and throws it back with his right hand. Hard bowling ball throw. Good save by on the left side by Zane. That was a hard serve from Jason. And it goes off Jason's hands at the other end. Hits the goal post on the side, but does not go in the net. And the official is calling time to gather the ball, make sure it didn't cross the goal line. And he's sending the serve back to the Bulldogs. And it will be Stevie to do the serving for CSDB, with the Bulldogs up by 3 goals. Stevie rolls it on the right sideline, running the sideline, but out of bounds. And the ball given back to Navia on the other end. Navia's throw stretching out is Marcelo, gets past him, but Stevie stops it. Stevie's return throw right to the middle, right at Jason. Easy stop for him with his knees. Stands up, spins and throws. It's going to be out of bounds. Trying to go for the corner of the CSDB goal, but got it too far off to the side. Out of bounds. 3:20 to play in the first half. 6-3 CSDB. Good shot by Zane, but stopped by Jessica on the other end. Comes back this way towards Zane. He stops it with his midsection. Gets to his feet. His right-handed roll going toward the left side of the Golden Bears goal. Knocked out of bounds by Nevea. Saved by Nevea. And Nevea rolls it back towards CSDB. Marcelo lays out, gets past him, but Stevie stops it. And here's Stevie's return throw with 2 hands. Rolls it down that sideline again, but just out of bounds past the half-court line. 2:44 to play in the first half. 6-3 Bulldogs over the Golden Bears. And Navia to serve for New Mexico. She's got a shot, and it's going to score. Got past Zane, and in between Zane and Stevie to make it 6-4 CSDB. And Stevie will start the return for the Bulldogs. Using 2 hands, he hurls it down the right side. This time it's going to stay in bounds. And Jason will lay out. He came way out from his center position to get in front of Nevea. And Jason to serve back this way. Strong serve. Good stop by Marcelo in the middle. Didn't allow it to bounce up and over. And Marcelo to serve back in the other direction. Right toward the middle. Should be an easy save for Jason. It is. And Jason's return serve. Spinning and throwing. It's going to go out of bounds. Sometimes that spin move carries the server's momentum too much toward the sideline. And out of bounds as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the first half. Stevie's serve in the other direction into the knees of a laid out Jason. Jason serve, strong one, but out of bounds to the right side. Trying to get that corner of the goal, but too wide and out of bounds. And Zane to serve for the Bulldogs. Bouncing ball into the knees of Jason. He gathers it up. And his serve. It's hard. Bounces off the feet of Marcelo in the center and past Zane on the left side, but the Bulldogs got a break as it hit the goal post and went out of bounds, the side goal post. Zane's throw back the other way, saved by Jason. Jason right away turns it back into the knees of Zane, and then Marcelo does a great job of gathering up the loose ball, keeping it from going any further toward the CSDB goal. Marcelo served back, saved by Jason. He turns it right around right away, and Marcelo makes that save in the center position. Two-handed toss back in the other direction, right into the arms of Jason, who gets up at the 1 minute mark. And Jason serve. Got a chance going for the corner. Good kick save with his feet by Zane on the left wing. 45 seconds to go in the half. Zane served back the other direction. Saved by Jason. Jason's return throw has got a chance, but good kick save in the middle by center position Marcelo, who rolls it back slowly the other way. Jason makes the save. Under 30 to play. Under 30 seconds. Jason serve. Strong one, but good save by Marcelo. No bounce, no rebound. Marcelo sends it back and out of bounds on the right side. 18 seconds on the clock here in the first half. CSDB 6, New Mexico 4. And Navia to serve for the Golden Bears. Easy save by Marcelo. He's got one chance to make a serve before the clock runs out. Here's his roll. It's in between players, but Jason slides over to make the stop, and that's the end of the first half. CSDB leads at halftime, 6-4 over New Mexico. Back with the second half of action in a moment. Ready for the second half of action between CSDB's Mighty Bulldogs and the Golden Bears of the New Mexico School for the Blind and Visually Impaired, visiting CSDB for CSDB's homecoming weekend. And as we begin the second half, we find the Bulldogs up by 2 goals at 6-4. They send out Zane, Marcelo, and Seamus to start the second half. Seamus on the right wing, Marcelo in the middle, and Zane on the left wing. 3 players on each team at either end of this basketball floor. The goals set up a little closer than the basketball end line. Really big goals, 18 meters wide. And hash marks of tape on the floor so players can find their positions. All players wearing eye shades, wearing goggles.
Colorado 6, New Mexico 4. You just joined us again. Make sure your cell phones remain quiet.
Official giving final instructions.
New Mexico will start the second half of the ball.
And again, the crowd
Quiet, please.
admonished not to cheer during play so that the athletes can hear the bells inside the ball. Jason will start off the second half for New Mexico with a strong serve. Leg save by Marcelo in his center position. Gets to his feet. Marcelo throws down the other end. Good serve. But Jason with really good reactions. Real quick, stops that. His serve back the other way. Kick save by Marcelo, who keeps the ball right in front of him. Sends it back the other way. Hits Jason in the legs, but does no harm at the other end as far as the Golden Bears are concerned. Jason served back, stopped easily by Marcelo, even though it was a strong serve. His serve back the other way, stopped by Jason. Jason gets to his feet, gets his positioning. Right-handed roll down this end, stopped by Zane. It's still rolling toward the goal. And Marcelo able to just stop it before it crossed the goal line. The official running to make sure. Marcelo's return throw goes between Jason and Nevaeh and into the goal. And the Bulldogs have the first goal of the second half, and they lead by 3 now. It's 7-4. Nevaeh serving for New Mexico. Foot save by Marcelo in his center position. Marcelo's throw back in the other direction. Gets past Jason and over the legs of Jessica. 2 goals in a row by the Bulldogs have increased their lead to 4 at 8-4 early in the second half. That was a good goal, bouncing off legs and in. And here at the other end, it bounces past Marcelo, but Zane was there to back up and save the ball. Marcelo's serve back the other way, stopped by Jessica this time on her right wing position at the other end. Jessica's throw back into the feet of Marcelo, who's laid out around that front center line. And his throw back in the other direction off the hands of Jason, and Jessica backing up, unable to stop it. And the official call is a goal to make it 9-4. CSDB's 2-goal halftime lead now expanded to 5. And there's a goal by New Mexico to get them back in the game. Jessica's serve going between Marcelo and Seamus on the right side, and it's now 9-5. Bulldogs by 4. Seamus' serve goes out of bounds. Clock stops till the ball comes back in play, approaching the 10-minute mark of the second half. Here's Nevaeh's serve with a foot save by Marcelo. Passes off to Zane on the left wing to make the return throw. Bouncing ball into the midsection of Jason, who gets up and throws it back. It's got chance for the corner, but a good foot save by Zane on his left wing position. Right away, he throws it back the other direction. Good strong throw. Blocked by Jason. Gets it out in front of him. Gathers the ball up. Retreats to the crossbar. Get his bearings. Throws it back this way. Saved by Marcelo in the center. Marcelo's return serve coming. Going for that left corner. But it's knocked out of bounds over there by Jessica. 9-5. Bulldogs by 4 goals here. Jessica to serve for New Mexico. Rolls it with her right hand down the middle of the court, and easy stop by Marcelo. Marcelo's return serve now, going for that left side of the New Mexico defense. Blocked, but still rolling toward the goal, and it goes in. Nevaeh had stopped it, and it rolled a good 10 feet to the right and into the net, and that's double figures now for CSDB. I think they need to get the scoreboard straight. Now there they go. They gave the goal to New Mexico, but it's 10-5. CSDB up by 5 goals now with Jason to serve for New Mexico. Biggest lead of the game so far for the Bulldogs. A stoppage in play while Seamus adjusts his goggles. Again, you have to ask the official for permission to touch your goggles, otherwise it's a penalty. And in a penalty situation, 1 or 2 players has to leave the court, leaving you vulnerable to a goal. Here's Jason's serve, blocked by Marcelo. He'll gather the ball in. Roll it back the other way. Easy save by Jason at the other end. Jason's return throw right away off of past Marcelo. I don't think he got a fingertip on it. It goes in for a goal. That makes it 10-6. New Mexico pulls to within 4, and Seamus will serve for the Bulldogs. Good placement that time by Jason, as it went right between Marcelo and Seamus on the right wing. And we'll have a substitute coming into the game for the Bulldogs as Ashton makes his first appearance in the game. He'll be replacing Seamus on the right wing. You may have noted how quickly the players return the ball after a save. The rules call for you to return it within 10 seconds of making a stop, and generally speaking, the teams return it probably an average of 2 to 3 seconds. They get it right back, turned around in the other direction, trying to catch the other defense offside. Here's Ashton's serve, out of bounds to the left sideline. Ashton on the right wing now. Marcelo in the middle, Zane on the left wing, and Marcelo makes the save with Zane right behind him to back him up. Here's Marcelo's throw back in the other direction. Easy stop for Jason, who doesn't let it bounce over him. His return throw stopped by his counterpart in the center position, Marcelo. Marcelo up with the ball, throws it back in the other direction. Elbow save by Jason. Ball rolls out of bounds, stopping the clock at 7:58 in the second half. 10-6 CSDB. And Nevaeh to serve back as the clock starts rolling again. Nevaeh's serve right in the middle. Easy save for Marcelo. Gets to his feet. Marcelo serve going for the left side of that defense. Kicked out of bounds by Jason. Ball given to Jessica. See if she serves or passes it off. Got a substitution at the other end of the floor. Coming into the game for the Golden Bears will be Haley. Haley will take up the right wing as Nevaeh sits down, and Jessica moves to the left wing. Jason still in the middle for the Golden Bears. On the CSDB end, you have Ashton on the right wing, Marcelo in the center position, and at left wing is Zane. 7:44 to play in the second half. CSDB up by 4 goals. Here's Jessica's serve for New Mexico. Foot save by Marcelo, and Zane gathers up the loose ball. Good strong throw by Zane. It's going to be just wide of that left corner on the other end of the floor. And here's Haley to serve for the Golden Bears. Left-hander goes out of bounds at the center line, half-court line. And the ball given to Zane to make the serve for CSDB. Good strong right-handed roll toward the right corner. But good stop there by Jessica, who held her ground and made the stop. Her return throw goes out of bounds. So the serve back to CSDB. Leading by 4 goals, the Bulldogs. Ashton will make the serve. Left-hander rolls it toward the right corner of the other end goal, and it's going to be out of bounds. With 7 minutes to play now in the second half. Haley's serve for the Golden Bears is going to go out of bounds, harmless. And it went off on the left wing side, so Zane will get the serve for the Bulldogs. Good right-handed throw down the other end. Knee save by Jason, who throws it right back, trying to catch the Bulldogs off guard, but Marcelo makes a good save. His return throw into the midsection of Jason. Jason hurls it back again, trying to catch the Bulldogs off guard. It goes off of Marcelo, but right into the hands of Ashton, who will send it back down the other way, out of bounds. Balls inside the hard rubber ball, bells inside the hard rubber ball are how players locate it by the sound. That's why you don't hear any crowd noise. They're admonished not to make any noise and distract the players. Marcelo's serve goes out of bounds, and the New Mexico coach is calling a timeout. And the coaches will talk to their respective players. Coach Rollins, Jessica Rollins for CSDB, assisted today by Shayna Lovato. 6:14 to play here in the second half. We'll remind you that if a game does end in a tie at the end of the 2 12-minute halves, there is an overtime period that lasts 3 minutes. And if neither team scores, the game just ends in a tie. Otherwise, the first goal scored is the winner, and that's called the golden goal. Coach is finishing up their instructions to their players. The ball is in New Mexico's hands right now. They trail by 4 with 6:14 to play in the second half. The official checking the goggles of Haley, the right wing for New Mexico. Now Haley is given the ball to start play again, serving in the direction of the CSDB goal. A left-hander, she rolls it, but it goes out of bounds at the half-court line. And the ball will come to Zane on the left wing to make the throw. Good right-handed roll down the other end. And it's going to be right into the knees of Jason, who gets up and hurls it back in the other direction. He's got a shot at the corner, but just wide of the CSDB net. Zane couldn't get any feet on it, but it rolled harmlessly out of bounds. And Zane will serve back in the other direction. He's going for a corner, but too much in the middle, and Jason with the easy stop. Jason served back. Stopped by Marcelo. Good block there. Kept it in front of him. Marcelo's roll down to the other end, right down the middle. Easy stop for Jason. Jason spins and tries to spin move again, but it goes out of bounds harmlessly with 5:26 to play in the second half. CSDB up by 4 goals, 10-6. Zane to serve for the mighty Bulldogs. Good, strong right-handed throw. And it's going to go off of Jessica, out of bounds at the other end. Jessica passes off to Jason for the serve. And his serve is going to go out of bounds. Shooting for the corner, but out of bounds about 3 or 4 feet in front of the net to the right. Zane to serve. Again, another going for that corner at the other end of the floor, off of Jessica and out of bounds. It would have gone wide anyway. Jessica hands the ball off to Jason, who rolls it out of bounds again, way short of the goal this time, to the right side. Under 5 minutes to play in the second half. Here's Zane's throw, going for that corner again. Bounces off of Jessica's knees, but she is able to gather it up and pass it off to Jason. He finds his position with the crossbar of the goal, sends it back the other way. Good save with his legs by Marcelo on the Bulldogs' end. But he couldn't control the ball, and it rolls across the half-court line, which means it goes to the Golden Bears, and Haley will take it on the right wing and try to hand it off to Jason, but the ball rolls out of bounds. And the official will give it to Jessica on the left wing. She passes it back to the center position where Jason will serve. A strong throw right, has a chance. It bounces off the legs of Marcelo, but out of bounds, wide of the goal. Break there for the Bulldogs. Zane to serve. Right to the middle. Easy stop for Jason. 4 minutes to play in the second half. And Jason's return throw. Strong one. Blocked by Marcelo, who does a great job of keeping the ball out in front of him, not allowing it to bounce over him and toward the goal. Here's Marcelo's throw back. It's going to be out of bounds, well short of the Golden Bears goal. Jason to serve for New Mexico. Right toward the middle. Stopped by Marcelo, and into the goal it goes. It bounced over Marcelo that time. Zane made a great attempt to slide over behind Marcelo, but it still found the goal, and that pulls New Mexico to within 3 goals at 10-7. And Coach Rollins calls timeout for the Bulldogs. Substitute coming in will be Stevie, putting some goggles on. We'll see who Stevie replaces. Looks like he's going to be replacing Zane on the left side of the floor, as Zane has helped to the Bulldog bench. Stevie takes up position on the left wing, finding his position with the hash marks on the floor, which are taped to the floor. Stevie will serve to start the action for the Bulldogs. Here's his right-handed throw, going mid-center and stopped easily by Jason at the other end. Jason's rollback has a chance, and it scores. Got between Stevie and Marcelo that time. Perfect placement. New Mexico now pulls to within 2 at 10-8. 3:20 to play in the second half. Here's Stevie's return throw going toward the New Mexico end. Foot save by Jason, who gets up right away and serves back towards Stevie. He makes a leg save, bounces off Marcelo's head. Marcelo goes to try to get it, but he goes out of bounds. It still should be Bulldog ball. And Marcelo asks for assistance from the official if he can take his goggles off and reposition them. Again, if you don't get that permission from the official before touching your goggles, it's a penalty. The other team is awarded a penalty shot, and you have to have at least 1 or 2 players leaving yourself vulnerable to a goal. Stevie to serve for the Bulldogs. Right-handed toss. Stopped by Jason at the other end with 3 minutes to play in the second half. Bulldogs still up by 2. Here's Jason serve coming back this way. Marcelo smothers it. Gathers it up. Here's his right-handed throw going for the corner over there, but Jessica stops it. She was hugging that sideline and made the easy save. Hands it off to Jason for the return throw. This one has a chance, but a good foot save by Marcelo. Stopped it dead. Marcelo's return throw stopped by Jason. Jason gets to his feet. Here's his hard throw back the other way. It's going to go out of bounds harmlessly before it even gets within 6 feet of the goal. And Stevie to return it. Bouncing ball, going slowly toward the other end. Gets past Jason, past Jessica, and into the goal. That's one you would call leaking in, because Jason initially deflected it, but Jessica was right there, but her hands couldn't keep it from going in. That gives CSDB a little more of a cushion now. A 4-goal lead, 12-8, with 2 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the second half. And the serve coming from New Mexico. It'll be Jason. Here's his serve. Got a chance, but Marcelo got his legs on it to deflect it out of bounds harmlessly. Jason throws a very hard ball. A lot of speed on it. Now they've taken that goal off the board. It says 11-8 CSDB now. Here's a shot by Marcelo, blocked with the feet of Jason, who sends it back. And Marcelo bobbles it but gathers it up. Here's Marcelo's serve back, going for that corner, but out of bounds at the other end. 3 feet shy of the net. And the serve back to the Golden Bears. Jason serving at 1:47 to play. His shot, foot save by Marcelo in the center position. Marcelo rolls it back the other way. Saved by Jason, who turns it right around. And Marcelo with a save on this end. Gathers it in, going for that corner again. But this time Jessica is there to stop it. Hands it off to Jason. And Jason's hard toss back here. Stopped with the legs by Marcelo, who had just laid out and left just enough position between his two legs to kind of stop that ball, keep it from bouncing over his legs. Jason gets it at the other end and sends it back off of Marcelo's hands, but there to grab it and help out was Ashton. It goes out of bounds off of Ashton. 1:05 to play in the second half. CSDB by 3 goals. Let's see if the Bulldogs can hang on to this for a victory. Here's Ashton's throw back the other direction. Off the feet of Jason. He scrambles and gathers it in before it crossed the goal line. Sends it right back this way. Bounces off the legs of Marcelo. And no harm done there. Marcelo gathers it up, throws it back in the other direction. Haley wasn't quite ready, and it bounces off of her. She almost made the save, but it bounces over her. And there's an insurance goal for CSDB as they are now up by 4 with just 38 seconds to play in the second half. 12-8 CSDB. Haley to serve for the Golden Bears. She'll pass it off to Jason with 30 seconds left on the clock. Jason's serve is stopped by Marcelo in the middle. And Marcelo's return serve, going for that left corner past Haley and into the net. 13 goals for CSDB, a great offensive output. 20 seconds left on the clock. Jason to serve. Drops the ball, now picks it up, flings it. Bouncing ball, has a chance, but there's Stevie to stop it on the left wing. And Stevie serves back with 5 seconds to play. Jason's going to make this save as time runs out. CSDB prevails over New Mexico 13-8. This is Bill Beagle. Thanks for joining us.